Hi, everybody. My name is Chris Sharma, and welcome to another episode of Your Big Music Moment every weekday at 5 p.m. We've got a real treat for you today. Grant Maloy Smith is going to play some tunes for us from his recording studio, so it's going to be a real treat to see him. And before we get there, I'd like to give a shout out to Crocs, our presenting sponsor, and also acknowledge Musicians on Call, our favorite charity, who brings the healing power of music to those in need. But without further ado, let's get to Grant. Here he is. Hey, Grant, how are you?
Good. How's everybody doing tonight?
We're all good here, and I'm going to assume everyone else is doing a little bit better because we're about to hear some great music. So we're really excited, and we're really privileged to be coming live from your recording studio. I think it looks like we've got some old school microphones that I'm used to seeing from my days in recording. So excellent. Should we just start out with a song and do some chatting afterwards?
Absolutely. I'll do a song called "Ride That Train." You know, in my kind of music, you got to have a murdering song, you know, and you got to have a prison song, and you got to have a train song. So I was trying to be eco-friendly, and I put them all three into one song. So that's what this is. Hope you like it. I still dream, but I can't sleep without you. I still run, but I'm not free. I still rise, even when I'm falling. Don't you don't wait for me. Ride that train, ride that flame without me. To me, I still love, yes, I still love you. I still ache, but I don't seem to care. You were all I ever wanted. Don't look back, you ain't headed there. Ride that train, ride that flame without me. Ride that train, break that chain. There's no sky, no clouds above me, no fear or chores to do, and no wings for me to fly on high, back to you. Ride that train, light that flame without me. Ride that train, break that chain. Ride that train, light that flame without me, oh without me. Ride that train, break that chain to me.
Woo! Ah, that was awesome.
Thank you, man.
Nice. How fun to listen to that. Wow, what a sound, too.
I'm glad I hope it sounds good out there.
Especially when you go up the register, it gave me chills. Amazing. Part of what we like to do here is get to know artists, and I think and the stories behind them. And so I think we were talking earlier, and you said, like everyone else, it starts when you're 5 years old. But just give us a synopsis. How are we here in your awesome studio listening to some great tunes?
Well, when I was really little, like the Beatles were big. I was like 3, I think, when they came out. So by the time I was 5, the whole world was infatuated. And like every other 5-year-old, and up to probably 20, I was also. But at the same time, my grandmother and my mother, both from East Kentucky, were playing this mountain music for me that they grew up with, that they loved, like the old, really old style country, even before it's like today's country music, way before that. And early stuff, Bill
like
Monroe.
mountain picking songs and stuff like that.
Exactly. Today you would call it bluegrass.
Right.
But back then, like Bill Monroe, he called it mountain music. And there is a difference, but it's that old style stuff. And it sort of split in the 1930s. It split into country music on one side, more of a Nashville thing, and also a Western. Right. And then bluegrass, which stayed in Appalachia, where my family's from. And then folk music, which is kind of everywhere. But there's a certain southern kind of folk music, too. And the music I do today is kind of a blend of all three of those things. So today we don't know what to call it, so we call it Americana or American Roots. It's a little... If you look like me and you sound like me, maybe you'd say it's country music, but if you said that, if you played me for a country music person, they'd say, that's not really, that's more like American.
Right, it's Americana. Exactly. I mean, that music that you're talking about, that was also, those folk songs were the oral history of what was going on. Like Alan Lomax traveled around and recorded all of those artists, and
Exactly. He did that in Bristol, Tennessee. You can go to that birthplace of country music museum there in Bristol, and it's amazing.
Wow.
They got the Carter family and all that stuff from the old days.
Yeah, it was all of that is inextricable from our history in this country, and it's really amazing. So you're bringing some of that approach, but the Beatles. So the Beatles were song structures and
melody. I think is really still with me. But I don't do that kind of music, but that definitely had an influence on me. It had to.
Well, speaking of influence, we can talk, but let's hear some more tunes, whatever you're comfortable playing. A couple more, maybe.
Sure. And, the song I just did was "Ride That Train." It's from my Dust Bowl record, which was the last album that I put out a couple of years ago. That was on Billboard for 17 weeks.
Nice.
But now I'm working on a follow-up. That was the theme record about the Dust Bowl of the 30s, and now I'm doing another theme record. So it takes me a few years to put these together. And this one's called Appalachia American Stories, and it's all set in that world where my family's from. My grandfather was in the mountains, and he owned a little store up there. And this song was written for all the people that ran the little teeny country stores up in the hills and down in the hollers. I'm Nathan Boone, welcome to my store. Please tell me what you're looking for. You're just browsing, that's just fine. You'll find me down on Highway 9. I got coats and tars on sale, pecan pies and ginger ale, ropes and rakes and paint and string. Oh yes, I've got most anything. Way down in my youngest days, so far back in time, I dreamed of hearing that bell and saying, welcome to Boone's 5 and Dime. Those plates are 5 or 3 for 10. Thank you, ma'am, for coming in. Oh, look at me, I talk too much. I'm lonely since the mine closed up. I work so late most every night, never made time for a wife. My brother's boy works summers here, building bikes and head cashier. Way down in my youngest days, so far back in time, I dreamed of hearing that bell and saying, welcome to Brooms, 5 and time. I'm Nathan Boone, welcome to my store. Please tell me what you're looking for. You're just browsing, that's just fine. You'll find me down on Highway 9.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Nice. Oh, yeah, I didn't want to interrupt in between the two songs, but I just wanted to give you some support and clapping. So
I appreciate that. You know, for us performers, we performers, it's really hard to play these online
yeah,
shows because we get you play a song and you finish and it's like crickets and people are clapping or whatever, but I can't hear them. So
right, and it's you're touching people. They're just and you can see it on the comments, but it's different than just having some feedback. So not to interrupt, but
okay, man, appreciate it.
Here we go.
We do another one. I'll do a song called "Man of Steel." It's not about Superman. It's about veterans. Memorial Day is coming up, and I wrote this song about 2 years ago after meeting a young man in the airport who had one of those prosthetic legs, and he had come back from the Middle East without it. And I was so struck by his spirit, positive spirit, that I got home a week later and I wrote this song. I realized very quickly it was about him, but not just him, but all the brave young men and women who go put themselves in harm's way for us. And at this moment we have other people like doctors and EMTs and first responders putting themselves in harm's way for us, and they deserve to be honored too. But this specific song is the official theme song of the National Veterans Foundation. So you can go on their website and also see the video, or on my website or YouTube. Hope you like it. This goes out to all the veterans, the ones who came home, the ones who didn't, and all their families. I was born right here, like everyone. Learned to read and write, learned to walk and run. And riding in my daddy's truck in summer, it felt like flying. I was a scrawny kid, not too great at school. I enlisted then, the next thing I knew, I'm saying my goodbyes and trading numbers, and mama's crying, and my soldier clothes in the blazing sun, riding dusty roads with my soldier gun. Then the earth rose up and it spit me out. There was fire and blood, I can feel it now. I'm a man of steel, made of pins and wire, but these scars will heal, I still got my fire. I'm a man of steel, ever since that day, but my heart's still real, you can't take that away. spent 3 long months. The nurses say they're gonna ship me home, but I sure want to stay. 'Cause every friend I have is going nowhere, and they're still trying. In my soldier clothes, in the blazing sun, riding dusty roads with my soldier gun. Then the earth rose up and it spit me out. There was fire and blood, I can feel it now. I'm a man of steel, made of pins and wire, but these scars will heal. I still got my fire. I'm a man of steel ever since that day, but my heart's still real. I'm a man of steel, and my heart's still real. Can't take that away. Thank you, veterans.
Wow. What a beautiful acknowledgement of service. That's amazing. And the superhero parallel, right? That's beautiful.
Steel parts in them.
Speaking of, of heroes and acknowledging them, and as an artist, your job and what you're obviously doing is digesting the world for the rest of us and bringing that back. And I know you also do some visual art. How much does that inform your music, and what is that back and forth as an artist like?
You mean the visual stuff, like video, paintings, and stuff? I always felt that was kind of the same thing, and people were, most people go, well, how do you do music and art? Well, to me, there may be different sides of the same coin. I can't separate. Right. There are different expressions, obviously. Time has a influence on music that is not. It's still there with art. You can't just look at a painting like open your eyes for 1 second. You have to drink it in, and the painting should take your eye around it. It has a composition that should do that, but it doesn't have a specific amount of time. You could stand there all day, stand there for 1 second. Right. Whereas music is obviously a time linear thing. I don't know.
Music has a temporal spectrum that you're on.
I mean, I can't separate them. To me, they're just different aspects of expression. Yeah.
It's interesting. We see a lot of artists on this that are musicians, and probably musicians first, but that visual component plays a big part in their kind of artistic mindset. Speaking of artistic and artistic mindsets, on your website you have, I know we encourage everyone, please go to Grant's socials, go to our socials, support Grant and his music. But I think you're doing also something beyond that on your website that's really cool for folks. You were mentioning.
Oh, with my partners.
Yeah.
Well, I think the word fans is kind of antiquated. And, you don't have fans. Maybe if you're a teeny bopper, like it back in 1952, you have fans. But today now it's more like likes and followers. But in my case, because I wear a cowboy hat, I call them partners. And I think that's a little bit more inclusive too, because you're not just a fan who worships me, and you can do that anyway. But that it's an interaction. Because with my partners, when they join me on my website, then we do private shows like this, but it's private, just for the partners, and we do meet and greets and that kind of stuff. Once we get real shows happening again, we'll resume that part of it too, meeting in person, before and after the show. To me, that's fun, and that's not a travail to do for me. That's just a lot of fun.
That's great, and it seems like in my experience in music, it's the artists that are doing something for themselves, but also doing something for the fans that are listening. That fosters the deepest connection and the most emotional impact. So that's interesting.
And I should mention, partners are also helping me to fund the Appalachia record, and they have helped me quite a bit, quite a ways along the path to doing that. So I need more. I'm begging for more, but I need
Come
more.
on, everybody. Let's be partners with Grant. Big music. Well, we'll get some brands in there as your partners, but that's our ethos is getting that partnership from brands, such as Crocs that feel that music is something more.
And
that's right. Nice.
So, we need the partners, we need the sponsors, and it helps a lot. Try to keep music going. I think we need it more than now than ever, right? We need some joy in our life to counteract the other stuff.
Well, you're providing it, so that's great. And speaking of, what are you going to play for us next?
Well, I think we probably got time for maybe 2 songs, so I'll do one that's
and maybe this time I really won't interrupt you, and then let's just jam through 2. But I got so excited I couldn't help myself.
I'll do one that's a little bit funny, and then I'll do one it's about what we're going through. So it's not that funny, but it's not terrible either. It's just a little bit thoughtful. So, but I'll do you a funny one now. Time is like a friend who brings your car back with a dent. Tires are worn, muffler's gone, the steering wheel is bent. Now he ain't even sorry about the damage that he left. He erased my youthful face and left me with this wreck. There it is. But with age comes wisdom, and I've learned a thing or two. I found how to look my best, so honey, here's to you. I look better when you're drinking. Lord have mercy, I look fine. I look better when you're drinking. Darling, we've got to drink more wine. And now I'm faced with gravity and the things that he pulls down. My neck looks like a turkey's and my pecs are on the ground. You used to run your fingers through my wavy locks of hair. Baldness can't be in your jeans, 'cause I've got hair down there. I look better when you're drinking. Lord have mercy, I look fine. I look better when you're drinking. Darling, we've got to drink. Darling, don't even think. Darling, we've got to drink more wine. All right, now I'll do one that's a little bit more serious than that. You know, when you get older, things start to happen. So I wrote this song about 2 weeks ago. I think I was maybe at my most despondent point in this whole thing we're all going through. And I was doing a pity me party, and so I wrote a song about it. I didn't mean to write a song about it. I just started playing some chords, and I ended up writing it. And then I thought, I got to share this, because even when times are hard, or when you're sad about something, maybe a breakup or whatever, it's comforting to listen to sad songs, especially if they're kind of on that topic. I don't know why it is. Maybe you feel like you're not alone. You're not the only one going through it. So I wrote this song, and then I made a video. I did the song completely by myself in the studio because I'm alone in the studio. And I could have got stuff mailed in from other friends of mine around the country, but I wanted to do it completely alone, just to underscore the idea that we're kind of isolated these days. So it's called Waiting for the Good Old Days Again, and they will come. It won't be long. I've been down, but not this far. I can't find my good luck star. This dreary road that we've been on, you don't miss nothing till it's gone. Better days that might have been, drinking late and sleeping in. TV's on for 10 hours straight. I wasn't meant to hide and wait. Days get so lonely, my friend. When will I see you again? I'm isolated and bleeding through my skin. I'm just waiting for the good old days again. Yes, I'm waiting for the good old days again. I worked hard since I was young. I mostly made up my own luck. They say time is on our side. Tell that to the ones who've died. There will come another day. Useless talk will blow away. Babies born and sunny skies. Love and longing in our eyes. Days get so lonely, my friend. When will I see you again? I'm isolated and bleeding through my skin. I'm just waiting for the good old days again. Yes, I'm waiting for the good old days again.
Grant, what an amazing track to end with, and what a beautiful way to sum up what we're all feeling right now.
Thank you.
Thanks. Love to have you back, and I'd love to get in the studio with you too. But anyway, just thank you. Thanks for everything, and we'll be in touch, and hopefully we'll see you on the live stream again too. And everybody, please go and support Grant in all his endeavors and keep this beautiful music coming. Thanks, bud. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, everybody.
Wow. What an amazing happy hour. That last song especially was something that really shows the poignancy of music and kind of why we're all here and why we've all devoted so much to music. So I'm just really excited and feel privileged to have been part of that. Tomorrow we have a great show as well with Chelsea Carter, and we'll be here same time, 5 p.m. Pacific. And again, thank you, Crocs, our presenting partner. And we're BYGMusic, a home for artists where artists can come and further their careers, and where the public can support them and brands can support them. So anyway, thanks everyone. And remember, live to listen.